Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cafe. I'm Allison Godlove.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Great to be back with you to share all of the fun and exciting events happening this week.
So let's start it off with Amy Sweezy. She is at the Orlando Science Center. Hey, Amy.
Jeff, thank you so much. We just had a behind-the-scenes tour of the Life exhibit. This is the first time that anyone has seen it since you first broke ground.
Yes, you were some of the first people to get back here to see the progress that we have made on the construction of this amazing new exhibit. It is the largest exhibit project we've ever done in our history.
And there are 3 separate areas that we're going to be able to see. Tell me about
Yes,
this.
yeah, Life explores our world and the animals that we share it with, and it will be through 3 ecosystems: the ocean, the swamp, and the rainforest. So we'll explore these areas with immersive experiences and learn the impacts on these areas and the things that we can do to be better stewards of our planet.
And kids are going to love this. This is interactive. They will actually be able to touch some of the animals.
There are areas specifically set up for engagement opportunities where kids will be able to have these close interactions with animals, but we are using all these animals to educate people about our world, about the impacts on their habitats, and why we, as fellow inhabitants of this planet, need to take care of each other. So yeah, it's all going to be just an amazing experience of wonder and education and inspiration.
And there are some kids in Orange County who don't get the opportunity to get to the ocean or get out in nature as much as maybe they would like. So this is a perfect opportunity for that.
This is a great opportunity to expose our young people to areas that they may not have experienced otherwise. And it's not just like going outside, right? It's going to the beach. Or how many of us get to go to the rainforest, right? Or get to go to the ocean or to the swamp. So it's exposure to these ecosystems that will really raise awareness and change perceptions about what is happening on our planet and how we can be involved to just be better protectors of it.
All right, Jeff Stanford, thank you so much. The Life exhibit at the Orlando Science Center opening in the fall of 2023.
Thanks, Amy.
There's always something new to do there, too. If you've been once, you can go again, and it's all brand new.
Exactly.
So much to do.
Well, the Alzheimer's Association In-Person Caregiver Support Group begins its monthly sessions on November 7th. Now, these groups create a safe, confidential, and supportive environment for community and a chance for participants to develop informal mutual supports and social relationships. They also educate and inform people about dementia and help to develop methods and skills to solve problems. The groups meet the first Monday of every month from 7 until 8 p.m. at the Forest Lake Seventh-day Adventist Church, and the meetings are free. To register, call Alzheimer's Association at 800-272-3900.
Grab your game controller and level up in this action-packed concert filled with high-scoring scores. The Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra presents Game Overture on November 9th at noon. When the live stream of a longtime gamer glitches, they're suddenly swept from the screen to the stage of an orchestra concert, and the only way to get home is to set out on a symphonic quest with the musicians of the orchestra. The musical minds of the audience will help the game conquer it all as well. Get tickets at orlandophil.org.
If you run a business, the Metropolitan Environmental Training Alliance, or METRA, has the event for you. Environmental Excellence, or E2 Day, is designed to connect Central Florida businesses, owners, and employee services and resources that enhance compliance with environmental laws. Regulatory agency personnel, contractors, consultants, and industry representatives from around Florida will be there. E2 Day is intended for anyone who owns property, manages buildings, performs site operations, purchases raw materials, disposes of waste, responds to spills, or any other activity that requires compliance with EPA or permitting laws. E2 Day is on November 10th at the Winter Park Event Center from 9 a.m. to 4:30. Learn more at metra.org.
On November 12th, Opera Orlando will host Opera Orlando Mixer at 7 p.m. You can enjoy a fun evening of food, music, cocktails, and of course music. The musical program starts at 8 o'clock. It's followed by desserts at 9 o'clock. Grammy Award-winning baritone Gabrielle Precier and soprano Sarah Lucille Law will be special guests. To get tickets, visit operaorlando.org. I sat down with Jeremy Heilman. He's with the Orange County Regional History Center. Jeremy Heilman with the Orange County Regional History Center is joining us now. Thank you for being here, Jeremy.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Good to see you. So there are a lot of fun and exciting events that are taking place this month. So let's talk about all of them, but start with the Lunch and Learn. This topic is pretty cool.
Yeah, so we have an exhibit at the museum right now called Figurehead Music and Mayhem in Orlando's Underground, which deals with both local and national acts that played in Orlando. So a lot of our programming for November deals with kind of the music scene, and not just what's in the exhibit, but we want to kind of expand out and tell as much of the Orlando music story as we can. And of course, with that comes boy bands. So on November 4th, Friday, November 4th, we have a Lunch and Learn called It's Gonna Be Central Florida, the boy band craze. And that'll be, kind of covering that topic and when that was such a big deal here locally in the music world.
So how does this Lunch and Learn work? Everyone sits down and enjoys lunch and
yeah, so
conversation?
it's a monthly series that we have. It's the first Friday of the month, so it's from 12 to 1, and basically people can come in and kind of enjoy that sort of midday break. They can bring a lunch or they can buy a lunch, and information about that and tickets and everything you can find on our website, thehistorycenter.org.
And I'm sure this has been a really interesting topic to be able to talk about Orlando's history when we're talking about music.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool, and we've gotten to, talk to and interview a lot of people involved in it. And one of the really cool things about the exhibit itself is that we came into a large collection of concert posters that were designed by local artists in the 80s and 90s, and that's sort of one of the big focal points of the exhibit. It's a cool event,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely. What else do we have going on?
Yeah, so we also have, as part of the Figurehead exhibit, we're doing a series called Coffee and Conversations, where the idea is that somebody from the local music community, kind of expanding out a little bit from the content of the exhibit, will come in and we'll kind of have a conversation with them and allow them to, kind of walk through the exhibit and show, how their sort of experiences relate to that. So again, another free event for the community, also free coffee, so that's always nice. But on Sunday, November 13th, we have Will Walker, who is the owner and namesake of Will's Pub, so a very kind of favorite institution of music fans here locally. So we're really looking forward to that, and we'll have more of those as it comes up. And then on Friday, December 2nd, kind of getting into the later part of the year, we have another Lunch and Learn that deals with the exhibit itself and kind of going into some of the more in-depth stories. So it's called B-Cuts and Rarities, basically about some of the stories that we didn't have as much time to kind of delve into some of the fun details, and kind of allow us to tell some more stories from the interviews and the different musicians that we talked to. So it'll be really exciting, I think.
These conversations and having everyone come together has to be so interesting to be a part of, because you're getting to have those conversations about the history of the city that you live in.
Yeah, so it's really cool for me as a fan of music, and I think that it really touches on a lot of really, interesting topics. It's the history of downtown, the history of the venues, the artwork, the, sort of the time period, because it covers the 80s and 90s, and that's a really, kind of interesting time culturally here locally and everything. So it's been really great, and, getting to talk to all these people, and then hopefully, having more people see it and be able to sort of expand our footprint and talk to more and more people who sort of fill out different parts of the music scene. I think that's been a real benefit of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So if people want more information, if they want to make sure that they can put this on their calendar,
yeah,
how can they find information?
So you can visit thehistorycenter.org for more information. As I mentioned, several of these events are free to the public, but anything that requires registration or a ticket, you can find out more there.
Very good. Definitely go check it out. There's some really cool events, especially if you love music. This is definitely the time
For
of year
sure, yeah,
to
we
head out.
definitely recommend it.
Wonderful. Jeremy,
Yeah.
thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming by. Appreciate it.
The classic tale of a sensitive pig named Wilbur and a wise spider named Charlotte will be presented by the Orlando Shakespeare Theater Based on the beloved book by E.B. White, Charlotte's Web explores bravery, selfless love, and the true meaning of friendship as the two spin a plan to ensure that Wilbur doesn't end up as a pork chop on the farmer's dinner plate. Performances run through November 12th. Visit orlandoshakes.org to get tickets.
The Coffee and Conversation series presented by Orange County Regional History Center takes place on November 13th. Each installment will feature a member of the community who was active in Orlando's underground music scene in the 1980s and 90s. As a guest docent, you can share this fascinating history through their own unique perspective. Visit the Orange County Regional History Center website to get more information about that event.
West Orange Women is a celebration of the women who helped establish Winter Garden and West Orange County from the days when pioneer families cultivated the land all the way to the politicians and community leaders of today. Enjoy this exhibit featuring notable West Orange County women. It's presented by the Winter Garden Heritage Foundation at the Winter Garden Heritage Museum through November 30th. Okay, I do have two favorites.
Okay, you do?
Okay, one is the Orlando Philharmonic. That
Yeah.
sounds so
It
much
does.
fun.
It sounds very cool.
Oh my goodness. And also the underground music at the History Center.
Charlotte's Web.
And Charlotte's
it's so
Web.
classic
Yes.
that it's still so apparent for today. Like, it's such
Yes.
a good story that it lasts forever.
Really
it's so
is.
wonderful.
Really
yeah.
is.
That wraps up this week of events. If you have one you'd like to share with us for next month, be sure to send us an email at cafe@ocfl.net. I'm Allison Godlove.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Remember to join us next week to see what's new and exciting in your community.